Is the Medicare Advantage market quietly killing the Medicare Supplement market? And yes, and it's not that quiet. The easy takeaway is that healthy people don't want to pay for a Medicare supplement. Why pay one, two, three, $400 a month if you don't really go to the doctor more than once or twice a year? And you could get a zero premium Medicare Advantage plan. Now, you've heard about prior authorization delays and the red tape, and you've heard about that, but you don't really go to the doctors. You don't really care. You're rather healthy. You might take very few or just some generic drugs, and it seems like a good, cheaper way to get your health care. So that is true. More and more people are leaving Medicare supplements and going to Medicare Advantage. A few years ago, we were surprised that about half of all people on Medicare were on Medicare supplements now, and on Medicare Advantage. It was about the same. It used to be everybody was on a Medicare supplement, and it slowly caught each other. This year, 2025, finally, more people are on Medicare Advantage than on original government Medicare A and B and a private Medicare supplement plan. It's also known as a Medigap plan. People say, well, I have a gap plan. A gap plan, Medicare supplement, all the same. So I call it Medicare supplement. Medicare supplement plans are vastly superior to Medicare Advantage. I didn't used to say that. I used to try to be more impartial, but I'm just going to tell you my honest opinion as a consumer, as a daughter, as a future Medicare beneficiary, and not necessarily as an insurance agent, right? So as an insurance agent, we get paid more to sell Medicare Advantage. So insurance agents love Medicare Advantage. I love Medicare supplements. Like I said, not necessarily as an agent, but in all my other roles, a Medicare supplement costs more if you can afford it. And a lot of people cannot afford it. There's no shame there. You're going to buy the best health insurance your budget can afford. But a Medicare supplement, in my opinion, is vastly better because you can go to any doctor, any hospital in the country. If I need to go to the best cancer specialist at Johns Hopkins, I can go. I can go to the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. I can go to Cleveland Clinic. If I have a Medicare Advantage plan, those plans are much, much, much cheaper. Typically, they have zero monthly premium, but there's parts of the country that doesn't have zero. You might pay $25, $75, $100 a month. The majority of people have zero monthly premium. How do they get that monthly premium so low? Because they negotiate with the doctors and the hospitals. There's only certain doctors and certain hospitals that are willing to contract to take less money, less than they'd make over here, to be in that network. And doctors are coming in and out of network. Those negotiations are always ongoing. But the big centers of excellence, those big fancy hospitals that I mentioned, typically do not accept Medicare Advantage. Every once in a while, they'll make a contract with maybe one insurance company. But by and large, if you have Medicare Advantage, you're not going to those centers of excellence unless you're willing to pay 100% out of your own pocket. Ignore your insurance. Now, if you have a Medicare supplement, like I said, you can go to any of those hospitals in the country. If you have Medicare Advantage and you need to get a surgery, I need a knee surgery. Seems pretty straightforward. My doctor said I need a knee surgery. I can barely walk. It's bone on bone. It hurts. I need a knee surgery. They have to ask the insurance company, can Sylvia get a knee surgery? And they can say, we don't really feel like that. We feel that Sylvia should try physical therapy for 6 months. Well, Sylvia can barely walk. She can't do physical therapy. And we really, really don't want to approve this surgery until she does these other things. She does a steroid shot. She does, the insurance company can do that. And your doctor can appeal and go back and forth. And the bottom line is, if they don't approve it, you're not getting the surgery. You need a new knee surgery. You have a Medicare supplement plan. I'll probably need a knee surgery. I don't. I hope I don't, but my mom had both knees, both hips. And all my uncle, everybody on her side, all those joints. So since I take after them, I'm like, please, please, please don't let that be me. But it's likely that it will be me, right? Look at your genes. If I have a Medicare supplement and they say, Sylvia, you need a knee surgery, I say, okay, let's schedule it for Friday. That works for me. And the doctor can say, that works for me too. Let's do it. It's that easy. Medicare doesn't have to approve it. My insurance company doesn't have to approve it. The way a Medicare supplement works is if the government, if Medicare pays for it, your supplement pays its portion. That's it. There's not this back and forth paperwork. So just from this little bit of me explaining to you just a couple differences between Medicare supplement plans and Medicare Advantage plans, you're probably nodding your head, right? Like, yeah, the Medicare supplements do sound vastly better. So why is everybody going to Medicare Advantage? Money. The answer is always money. A Medicare supplement in all states but New York is very affordable at age 65. A 65-year-old female in most of the country is going to be between $100 and $200 a month. You can go to the doctor as many times as you want. You'll have a one-time annual deductible. That deductible does go up about $10 each year. For 2025, the deductible is $257. So I'll pay the first $257. Then if I have cancer, I need surgery, radiation, 3 rounds of chemotherapy, I won't pay anything. Very, very, very smooth. On Medicare Advantage, if I get cancer, I would pay a copay for my doctor visit, a copay for my specialist, a copay for the inpatient surgery, for the biopsy. I would pay per day, maybe $300-400 a day while I'm in the hospital having the surgery. I will pay for each physical therapy, and then I will pay maybe 20% for each chemotherapy. And like in this scenario, I said I needed 3 rounds of it. It can be thousands and thousands of dollars. One thing Medicare Advantage has in its favor is a maximum that you can pay in a calendar year. So in 2025, that is about $14,000. Now compare that with the Medicare Supplement, where he said you pay your monthly premium, $100 to $200 a month for a female turning 65 in most of the country, and the net $257 annual deductible. So the total for my cancer treatment with the Medicare Supplement, in that case, let's say it's $100 a month. So $1,200 for our Medicare Supplement, add another $300 for my deductible, $1,500. $1,500 versus potential of $14,000 if I go out of network. If you stay in network, the in-network national, so your plan might charge less than this, but it can't charge more than this number. The national limit to in-network Medicare Advantage plans for all the plans, the most they can charge you is $9,350, which is still a lot more than $1,500, right? But most people, when they're deciding to buy a Medicare Advantage plan or a Medicare Supplement plan, they're healthy. And they plan to be healthy. People are unrealistic about their chances of getting sick or getting really sick, even though about 50% of all men will get cancer in their lifetime and about 1/3 of women will get cancer in their lifetime. If you don't know somebody that's gone through the treatment, you don't know how extensive it can be and how expensive it can be. So people don't really look at the summary of benefits of their Medicare Advantage of all those different costs of the maximum risk. They just look at the 0 monthly premium, and that looks good. $100 to $200 a month versus 0. Plus, you have to buy your own drug plan over here. So that could be another $20-30 a month versus the drug plans included at 0. So you can see why more and more people are coming over to Medicare Advantage without any nefarious behavior on the part of the insurance companies. But do the insurance companies want everybody to come over to Medicare Advantage? Yes, they do. They make more money as well. So they're okay with people not buying a Medicare Supplement. It's harder for them to make a profit in the Medicare Supplement market, which is why we've seen a lot of companies this year stop selling their Medicare Supplement plan. Big companies, Allstate, Ace, Chubb, Lumico Life Insurance Company, U.S. Fire and Life, Manhattan Life. So a lot of companies have said, we can't make money in the Medicare Supplement market. They'll keep the policies that are on the books. Your policies are safe, but no new people will buy a plan. And when no new people buy a plan, everybody there gets older and sicker. The rates rise higher, which puts more pressure for people to go over to Medicare Advantage because they just can't afford a Medicare Supplement anymore, which is why I tell everyone, I love a Medicare Supplement. I wish you could all start with the Medicare Supplement. The key word there is start, because with a double-digit rate increase every year, you'll probably come to a place in the road where you can no longer afford to keep your Medicare Supplement. It's not comfortably fitting into your budget, and you'll bail out and you'll move over here to Medicare Advantage. Again, when more people leave Medicare Supplement, that puts more pressure on it and drives the plan price up more. Another thing that's driving up the cost of Medicare Supplements is the birthday rule. The birthday rule says that you can change your Medicare Supplement every year, regardless of your health. It was a law that was only available in a few states. For many years, you could only do that in the state of California, Washington, Oregon, New York. But now it's slowly creeping across the country, and we've had an unprecedented year of new states adopting the birthday rule. So the birthday rule, it sounds good to you, right? You're not stuck in a Medicare Supplement that the prices have gone too high. You're able to switch to a lower priced plan. Sounds good to you, right? Well, the reality is a little bit darker, because if the insurance companies can't make their money then the rates go up higher again. So if in a state that has the birthday rule, you can expect your rates will go up. And there's even people suspecting that the Medicare Advantage companies are funding this expansion of the birthday rule because it helps bring more people over to Medicare Advantage where they make more money. And you say, but isn't the insurance company, don't they have an arm that's Medicare Advantage and an arm that's Medicare Supplement? Most cases, yes. Not Mutual of Omaha. They're only Medicare Supplement. But most of the largest Medicare Advantage companies, they all have their own Medicare Supplement division. And again, they wouldn't mind that all those people move over to Medicare Advantage. So I still recommend a Medicare Supplement. I still recommend that you hold on to it as long as you can. And you'll know when you get that next rate increase, whether you can continue to pay those rates for the luxury that you get from a Medicare Supplement plan, or whether it's time to move to a Medicare Advantage plan. And you'll just deal with the hurdles. We'll walk you through it and we'll guide you along the way. You can only change your Medicare Supplement plan to a Medicare Advantage plan at the end of the year during the annual election period, October 15th through December 7th. If you move out of state, that might be a trigger that you could get into a Medicare Advantage plan, but in most cases, you're going to wait till the end of the year. If you're just trying to move from a Medicare Supplement to a lower Medicare Supplement, you can do that at any time of year if you're healthy. If you're in a state with the birthday rule, you can do it in a certain window around your birthday. Every state has a slightly different rule. Some say 30 days after your birthday. Some say 30 days before and 30 days after. They're all a little bit different. But for most people, you can switch your Medicare Supplement only if you can answer the health questions. You can't have big, major chronic conditions like a pacemaker or a walker, Parkinson's, emphysema, COPD, Alzheimer's. But you can have a lot of stuff and still move. Major things, not going to be able to move. Minor things, blood pressure, cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, maybe type 1 diabetes. If insulin, they're going to limit the amount of units. But if you have all those normal things that people have and it's under control, in most cases, you'll be able to move. So if you need to shop your Medicare Supplement or you're getting ready to enroll in Medicare for the first time, go to our website, themedicarefamily.com. There's a little yellow button. Click on that to book an appointment. We're licensed in all 50 states, so wherever you live, we can help you. Our services are free. We are paid as independent contractors by the insurance companies, by dozens and dozens of insurance companies. They pay us to help you. We don't really care which plan you buy. We're trying to find the plans that are available to you in your area, explain their benefits, and help you choose which plan you want to enroll in. And then we're here to help you after you enroll. It's not one and done. Our service is for the rest of your life. We have a client care team. We have a portal on our website. You can email us every day. We answer those every day. And if you learned something in my video, please give me a subscribe. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, you might really like this video. Check it out. And we'd appreciate if you subscribe to our channel so you never miss a great video. We put out one every week. Check in the description below this video for a link to our cheat sheet on Social Security and Medicare. And you can also give us a comment if you have a specific question. Always feel free to call us or email us at the Medicare Family.